Okay, so we are now live. Hello, everybody. My name is LaPrecious, and welcome to my channel. Let's talk with LaPrecious. And so today, our video will be about starting life over. Okay, I got one person that's joined the room. Then we're gonna wait till two more people join the room. Okay, second person joined. Hey, beautiful magic. Okay, so since we just have two people in the room, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys what my video is going to be about. So, my video is called Starting Life Over. I'm not really sure how many starting life over videos I've done on this channel, but I think this may be the first one. And I remember Beautiful Magic, you were asking me, like, what's been going on with me? Why haven't I been on my channel lately? And I remember I told you that I was going to upload a video today explaining everything. So, you guys have known that I have wanted my YouTube channel to expand and to grow for the longest. So I've only been able to stick to the videos that I know will garner and gain me enough views and enough attention, as well as subscribers. First thing first is YouTube is really, really hard. I know you have people that buy subscribers, that buy hours, that pretty much buy their entire channel. And that's why they're able to grow and build up and just do so much. Plus, when you are a YouTuber, you do have to do a lot of footwork. Say, if you know a lot of people in person, you pretty much have to get to know people in person and give out your YouTube channel name, then give them your Instagram name, and you pretty much just grow from there. Then, if you just have an online presence, you have to have a very big name, very high status, and as soon as you drop anything, your channel just grows. Unfortunately, I have neither of those. I've been using YouTube groups. I have a friend who's been promoting my channel, and I can honestly say my channel within the past year it has grown very little. I'm on the verge of either stopping YouTube altogether or I'm just on the verge of doing it as a hobby and just uploading every now and then because I find this to be very stressful almost. Because YouTube back in the day, especially in 2006, 2007, was very easy because not a lot of people were doing it for profit. Over the years, especially this is what 2020, YouTube has been out since 2006. So YouTube has been out now for almost 20 years. Because if you look at 2006 and then 2016, that's 10. And then you're looking at 2020, that's 14 years. So within the next 6 years, YouTube is going to be 20 years old. Okay, so the way that you buy subscribers, you pretty much you either talk to people that know how to generate subscribers on your channels and you have to pay them a fee. So it's kind of like the middleman, you paying the middleman or under the table for what you want on your channel, and that's how people's channels and stuff grow. I had somebody like that come to me today. They were able to get me a few subscribers, then miraculously, the subscribers disappeared. Then they told me if I paid them $20, they would be able to get me 1,000 subscribers. But and I was on to it and whatnot because they were able to add on those subscribers. Then I come back to my channel and the subscribers that they added are gone. So I'm like, okay, this is a gimmick just to get people's money, so I'm not going to use them. Then, of course, I've seen people ranting and raving in the comment section on posts on the YouTube groups about how they would rather grow their channel organically instead of buying subscribers and buying views and things like that. I can honestly say, y'all, YouTube is fun creative wise, but it's competitive because you have to drop stuff on the fly. You have to drop it out as soon as it hits. You have to drop it out as soon as people talk about it. And it's almost as if you can't even have a channel made about the things that you like to do because people are only focused on sensational news, pop culture, and just different things. And that's really what my channel has become. My channel is a mix of tutorials, pop culture. reviews and things of that nature. So I have a varied channel, and I've done that in order to get some subscribers. But I can honestly say, y'all, this is not easy. It's not easy because people who do YouTube, they have to upload their cameras, they have to get lighting, they have to buy the light ring, they have to get backgrounds and stuff for it. I mean, there's a lot of money that people put into their YouTube channels. I'm willing to put in money for my YouTube channel by getting a new computer. And since I have a better computer, I won't have to worry about lighting and things like that. Then I'll be able to work with, the thumbnails and things of that nature, and I'll be good. But when it comes to this YouTube business, I don't think I want to do it for money anymore because I just don't have that popularity that other people have. I don't have that look that can just garner people's attention on the fly, and my channel and my Instagram page and everything that I touch just explodes. I don't have that type of magic. I just don't. And when it comes to putting your channel out there, you have to be careful because I'm going to be honest with you. I have worked in plenty of places with young and old people, and I have been scared to tell people that I have a YouTube channel because I'm very blunt and honest on my channel, and I talk about a slew of things. Because nowadays, you got people getting fired over stuff they put on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. And I've never been fired from a job, and I'm not trying to be fired from a job. So when it comes to YouTube putting my channel out, I have to be very careful because yeah, you do have people that are praised and admired for doing what they do and talking how they talk, but everybody doesn't have the same blessings and the same opportunities and the same chances of running their mouths and being so blunt and whatnot when they put stuff out there because some of us are praised and some of us are punished. And I know for a fact I've been punished plenty of times for being very vocal, for being very out there and talking about this, that, and the third. So I'm not going to let a YouTube channel that's not even paying me to put me in a predicament like that. So I will be doing my YouTube channel, but I'll just be doing videos, based on what I like to do, doing videos based on tutorials, videos based on TV reviews and things like that. But I've decided to not take it as seriously as a job because this is just too tiresome for me. I would rather live my life outside of the internet and outside of the computer instead of trying to force my channel and force my personality and force people to like me and to be into my channel, and they're still not subscribing and they're still not, building my channel up. I mean, this is a smart business move. It just is. I study business, and even if you don't study business, any person knows that when you've been doing something for so long and whatever you're doing is not making you a profit, it's either time for you to do something different with what it is that you're selling, or you just need to go and do something different. So I feel like instead of me stopping my channel, because I do like my channel, I think it's just best that I just look at other ways of making money and earning income instead of just YouTube. Because this YouTube business is just very cutthroat, it's very competitive, and it's really hard gaining people's attention and gaining people's love and admiration and subscriptions on your channel. Because I have so many people that will watch my channel, but they won't subscribe. And I hate that. I'm like, if you're liking my stuff, if you're watching my stuff, if you comment and whatever, subscribe and contribute to the channel. It's like I can't stand when folks like the stuff that you put out and they like the way you look and they like what you're talking about, but they won't invest in you. And I'm like, what's the point of you liking what somebody has to say, liking what they're putting out, and liking what they're doing, and you're not investing in it? And people are just so like wishy washy like that. I feel like if you're going to look at it, if you're going to watch it, if you're going to put a face to it, then you need to subscribe. You want me to bring up food to you, Grandma? I don't see what's stopping you. You need to subscribe. So, anyways, I'm done with that. Now, one thing I am going to talk about is why I've been gone from my channel. So, I was in a very short relationship with someone. And whenever I get into a relationship with somebody, I tend to, get quiet, get into my own space, and get to learn about this person and to see what it is, me and him are trying to do and see where we're going to go with this and whatnot. But since then, the guy and I have broken up. I decided to break up with him because I felt like he just wasn't all the way my type. I just put it to you that way because he does watch my YouTube channel, and I just don't want to hurt his feelings with what I have to say. I just felt like he had everything that I needed, but a few things. And yes, he was fine. Yes, he looked good. Yes, he was my type, look wise, and everything like that. But I just know I want more. And this is the thing that we as women have to understand sometimes. And I mean, we even see that now with Rihanna. Because Rihanna, she was with that billionaire from Saudi Arabia and she broke up with him. And it's now come out that she's broken up with him due to his money being tied to terrorists. And so, a lot of people thought, and I even thought myself, that this was the one for her and that they was about to get married and everything. But she cut it off. And she pretty much cut it off because his money was tied into things that she didn't want nothing to do with, which is a smart choice. But a lot of women nowadays, being desperate to be with somebody and to have somebody, they just would have overlooked that. They would have kept the money and stuff. But when you're a smart businesswoman like Rihanna, because Rihanna is very savvy with her money, she don't let a dollar slip nor slide out of her hands unless it's a valuable investment, which is why she's worth so much now. So with her, so pretty much, with her decision, she felt like she made a good choice. And a lot of us women need to start making choices like that with men, where instead of just being with them because they look good and they can give us good sex and they got a nice body and everything, we should just be. Well, no, I'm not gonna say that. It's okay to have a man that's your type, physical wise, and yes, it is okay to have good sex, but just make sure that they have substance. His name was, I'm finna call him Janet Jackson's ex-husband. A lot of people was comparing him to Janet's ex-husband, but his name was Wissam Almana. Rihanna's ex-boyfriend's name was Hassan Jamil. Yeah, that was his name. His name was Hassan Jamil, and he is pretty. He is like the first time I've ever seen a man that gorgeous before. I mean, hair, face, nose, eyes, everything. Like he was a prince. But Rihanna, he's been married before. I didn't know that. And it seemed like once he got divorced in 2017, that's when he and Rihanna started talking. Because they've been talking for like the past 3 years. So they broke up this year. So 19, 18, yeah, 17. So yeah, not too long after he got divorced, he moved on to Rihanna. And they said he is taking it bad too. They said he is like contacting blogs, telling them to take pictures down of him and Rihanna. They say he is very hurt that Rihanna left him. But I mean, if she felt like she made the right choice, then he can't do nothing about it. Cause but like like I was saying before, we as women sometimes we have to make better decisions in men because when we don't make good decisions with men, a lot of times it ends up shooting us in the foot. We're subject to unnecessary abuse and things that just wasn't meant for us to go through because we picking the wrong man because he looked good, but we're not paying attention as to what he can offer or bring to the table. So yeah, Rihanna had let him go and let him loose, and I can relate to Rihanna because you guys have seen my earlier videos about relationships and my love life and whatnot. But I strongly feel like I'm happy to be single for once. I mean, it's Rihanna. Yeah. Yeah, I know. So, of course, he be heard about that because Rihanna is pretty. And Rihanna, she is one of the last R&B legends that I feel like we're going to have after Beyonce because she came out in that new wave of R&B when Tierra Marie and Chris Brown and B2K, they kind of left the scene at that time. And then you had B5, but they didn't stay long. Then you had Mindless Behavior come a little bit after them. So yeah, Rihanna has been around for a very long time. Her and Chris Brown, pretty soon they about to hit the 20-year mark. And they've done very well for themselves. Yeah, B5, and the thing is, B5, they actually got back together last year and did a concert. I wanted to go to their concert in Georgia, but I didn't want to blow all my money at that time because I'm gonna be honest, I don't like spending a whole bunch of money at one time, then being broke for 2 weeks because it's not fun. And then they got on this Millennium Tour, like with Immature and Jay Holiday and Ray J, and that was a mess because they wasn't even able to last that many shows because Ray J ended up dropping out of it, and I'm assuming because he wasn't making no money from it. I mean, it was a good idea for them to do because Immature, they were the ancestor, I think that's the way you say it, the people who came before B2K because B2K came from Immature. And so it was pretty good that, Immature got out and sung and all that kind of stuff. And B5, I think B5 should have been added to the Millennium Tour. Because them being added with Immature, I mean, yeah, Immature was good, but that was about, what, 30 years ago. It would have been better to put them with like Case and Jagged Edge, like a 90s crooner type of tour. Not with B5 and Ray J and stuff. Because Immature, they came out way before Ray J and B5. That's like almost a 20-year mark. Now, Ray J, I mean, he was out in the 90s with Moesha, but he really didn't start doing music till like 2006. Immature, they started doing music back in like what, 92, 93. So there's kind of like a music and an age gap there. And I just don't think that was a good lineup. But yeah, B5, they've been doing some music and stuff here and there. But I think that B5, unless I really want to go and see them in concert before they decide to, split up and disband because they are starting to get older. Because Dustin done had a baby. Brian, the youngest one, has gotten married already. I think he might have had a baby too. Was his name wasn't Carmine, or was it? Carnell. Carnell Carnell doesn't have any kids from what I know. And Patrick, he just always dancing and dyeing his hair blonde and whatever color. So I don't think he's with anybody. He was with this one girl that was a backup dancer, and they dated for a minute, and they ended up breaking up. Then after that, I don't think he ever dated anybody publicly. But so yeah, B5, they kind of hitting that 30-year mark almost. Because I think Dustin should be what, 26, 7, 8. So yeah, I think Dustin, the oldest one, is almost about to hit 30. So yeah, so hopefully B5, they can come back out and do something big, maybe do one more album or so. And then, they'll be able to, disperse and live their lives. And, B5 will just be, a great thing that just so happened in their lives. So, moving back to Rihanna, you know, I just felt like Rihanna made a good choice. I had it in my head to Dust that I just want to get married when I was a teenager. Yes, Dustin was my favorite. I had posters of B5, especially when they had like the Word Up magazines and stuff, because I didn't start getting Word Up till B2K came out. Cause now I wasn't a super big fan because my mama wasn't spending no money like that on Word Up magazines. Cause back then that's when magazines was like $4 or $5. And so, yeah, I got the Word Up magazines when B2K first came out, and I had like some of the major ones. And then I remember when Pretty Ricky came out, and then you had Romeo, Mario, and Bow Wow that was big at the time. And I remember getting those. And so moving along, I just went ahead and got their pictures, I had them all over my wall. Then when B2K split up, it was more focused on Omarion. And when B2K split up, they pretty much kind of swept that under the rug because that whole breakup really didn't last long. But then as years went on, you started hearing more and more talks about it on the radio and on the internet. And that's been a mess since before this whole Millennium Tour thing came about. And when the Millennium Tour came about, and I will do a throwback video about my experience of being at the Millennium Tour because I did go to the Millennium Tour last year and I saw B2K and Pretty Ricky, Chingy, and the Yin Yang Twins, and it was good. It was pure nostalgia. Everybody was there. They did their jobs. They sung on key. They danced on point. So everything was amazing. But B2K, they had that thing going on. B5, I felt like B5 with the first album, they did really well. And they was able, to be the boy group of Bad Boy Entertainment. I remember they used to stay playing their songs, especially that now all I do was like the cute little teenage crooner song and everything. And that was a remake of somebody else's song. I can't remember who it was. I think it was what, High Five. All I do by High Five, I think. You can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But I remember all I do was like their intro song because I remember they was like dancing on top of the school bus and walking girls home from school, typical teenage love high school scene. And then that song, it did get some airplay and a little bit of the Jacksons, okay. And you gonna have to type that again because it's cutting the comment in half. And so let's see what else. Yeah. And so that song got like a little bit. Teacher's Pet was a song. Yes, Teacher's Pet was good. So Pretty was a song on there. It was All I Do, Teacher's Pet, So Pretty, Troop. I don't remember Troop. I remember. Oh, what was those songs? I remember I had the album because I played it so much it started scratching up. Um, All I Do, Teacher's Pet, So Pretty. You Got Me. I can't remember off the top of my head now if I hear them. Or if you name some of them in the comments, then I'll be able to hear the songs. But yeah, All I Do got a little bit of airplay, but I don't think it went number one. But when they You Got Me song came out, that's when they really blew up. Like I remember they was number one. They came on 106 Apart, I think about 2 or 3 times they performed. And I loved how back then you could write like fan letters and stuff to them. The only fan letter that I've ever written to a celebrity that got through was, who was it? It was Chris Moy from the group called Menudo. Because Menudo was like the Latin group. Troop remade All I Do in the 90s. Okay, Troop, that was the name of the group. So Menudo was a group back in like the 80s that had Ricky Martin in it. And then as time went on, the group started changing on MTV. There was this one guy who got like a group of Latin guys together and they all started picking. It was kind of like a Latin making the band. And then they just went ahead and picked out the boys. I never forget their names because my favorite was, what was his name? Chris Moy was he was mixed because I remember he was Puerto Rican, Chinese, and Peruvian. Then you had Jose, who everybody said was gay. Then you had Emma. I remember Emma was his name. Then you had Carlos. Yes, Carlos Olivero. Yes, that was his name. Yeah, Carlos Olivero was my favorite because I remember in middle school I had like his pictures like on my binders and stuff. And I remember that back then they had some type of number that you could call them on. Because back then, celebrities, this was before Twitter and Instagram and all that stuff was popular, and you could do like real fan mail or send your favorite celebrities voicemails and stuff. And I remember with Menudo, you could call them, and if your number or whatever got through, then they would call you, and you would have to wait by the phone and get a message back, and either Chris or Carlos or Jose will give you a call and everything. So it was just like, oh gosh, and everything. I never got a call back, but I do know that Chris Moore got my card. I made him a birthday card because I found out that his birthday was online. I forgot how I found out. And then I remember this was back when YouTube was made like MySpace, where you had like the different pictures in the background and the comment section went down in the column. And then you would have like the videos and stuff over here on the left. So it pretty much felt personal. And I think that I sent the letter to a fan mail address that they had in a magazine or somewhere online. So I went ahead and sent it through. And I commented, I said, "Oh, I hope you got my what you call it, and I hope you liked it and everything." And I remember I followed him on this was back then when you could send celebrities friend requests and stuff on YouTube and send like personal messages. You can send messages now on YouTube, but I don't think anybody still does that because you could just post stuff in the comments. There's so many different ways now to comment and to get in touch with people. So I don't think people really message people on YouTube anymore like they used to. So yeah, and I think that he got it because I think he had commented on my comment or he liked it, but I do know that he accepted my friend request on his page. So I assume that he got the card and that he liked it and everything. So that was one way I was able to get through to a famous person named Menudo. But that's not the only famous person that I met. I've met a lot of famous people because I've met Takea Crystal Kima, the mom from That's So Raven. I have met Todd Bridges and I met Uncle Phil from Prince of Bel Air when he was here in Winston for the Black Theater Festival. So yeah, I've met famous people, but I've gone to different concerts and whatever, but never really had the chance to meet them per se. But I wish that I would have taken the chance. But see, at the time, I was tight on money, and I don't want to spend all my money on going to another B2K concert and ended up, buying backstage passes. The meet and greets, it looked like they was really fun for the Millennium Tour. You could tell they put a whole lot of effort into it. And the guys, they was real nice. They was hugging everybody and they was dancing and everything. And I'm like, this was a really good tour. And a lot of people was talking about it on YouTube and Instagram back then. They was talking about how good it was and everything. So the Millennium Tour last year, it caused a lot of buzz, and I know it made them a whole bunch of money last year. Because I'm sure, because I saw a report that said they made like 5 point something $1 million off of that tour. Did you have to special pass to the meet and greet? Yeah, you did have to buy a special pass for the meet and greets, and I remember they were like $200. Yeah, they were like $200 for a meet and greet, backstage pass. Now at the concert I went to in Greensboro, they still had tickets left. But see, at the time, I didn't have the money to get the tickets. And I do remember that the month after that, they were coming to Charlotte. And I could have gotten the meet and greet tickets then on the website and I could have went, but I didn't really want to go to the show again and have to look at everybody perform and stuff. Cause I'm telling y'all, when I went to the Millennium Tour last year, the only performances I enjoyed outside of B2K and Pretty Ricky, cause they were like the last people to perform. The only ones that I enjoyed was Mario, Chingy, Bobby Valentino to an extent, and Lloyd. So I enjoyed theirs, but the Yin Yang Twins, I wasn't no big fan of them. Bobby Valentino, okay. But yeah, because I remember, and then it took so long for Mario to come out. Because that's what really took the longest because I'm like, is he here? I hope he didn't pull out. But yeah, he ended up, performing and doing his little thing and everything. And then after that, I think Mario was like the last one that came before B2K came on. Then B2K came on and they jumped up on stage and they performed and they danced and sung all their songs. And then Omarion, he did his piece and whatever, during the show. Because he had a lengthy solo career after B2K. That's one thing I say about Omarion was that he kept working. Even though B2K, messed up, broke up, whatever, he still maintained his money and his career after B2K. So that was something good that he did, and I'm glad that he did. And then after them, you had Pretty Ricky, and then they closed out the show, And that was that. So yeah, so they pretty much, had a good thing going and whatnot. But yeah, I can honestly say what I've learned from dating or whatever, that sometimes, and this is not even just about what you want or whatever, because a lot of people nowadays, they want you to believe that it's okay to settle for something that you don't want. And it's okay to think that you can't have what you want. You can have what you want. You just have to make sure that you go after the right things, that you go after something that you genuinely want and that you really want. But at the same time, I feel like sometimes you need to experience a little bit of what you want to see if that's really what you want. Because I have been in plenty of situations where I have wanted things and it was not what I thought it was, and it was not what I bargained for. And I had to learn a lot of hard lessons. I did. I had to learn a lot of hard lessons in some of the decisions I've made when it's come to things that I wanted. So I can honestly say now with the whole relationship thing, yeah, I know I said I wanted to be with a man. Yeah, I know I said I wanted a boyfriend and things like that. But I think that it was good for me to really feel this person out that I was dating at the time, and to really see who this person was and whatnot. He wasn't a bad guy. He wasn't a bad man. Didn't disrespect me or nothing like that. And I actually liked how much respect he had for me and how much we could connect. But I just felt like there were just some things about him that I just didn't want to deal with. Hey, and so yeah, there were just some things about him that I just didn't want to deal with. And I just feel like since I have the choice to leave him, and since I have the choice to, be single and enjoy life, then that's something that I'm going to do. Because at the moment, I have found a new job and I work at McDonald's. I work pretty much 5 days out the week. My training starts tomorrow, and I don't officially start work until Saturday. Even though McDonald's is a very low drop from when I was working at the doctor's office, but I feel like it's something because I feel like I need to enjoy this time while I'm young. I know I'm 25, I'm mature for my age. I feel like I'm at the mindset and at the feelings of what I'm supposed to be at this age. But I feel like by me working at McDonald's and being in college, it just gives me a chance to start over again because I like the fact of how my job is not as rigorous and it's not every day. And my hours are not, back to back morning, noon, afternoon like they was before. And I get to have some like leeway and leisure time. And I can actually, have fun and do different things and stuff like that. And I like how my job is in the middle of a busy place. So I know that once I get off of work, and do different things or whatever. I can walk up the street, head to the gym. I can walk around the corner, get something to eat after work. So I could pretty much, have a good time with where I'm at in that area. And, by me being in college, it also gives me something to do outside of working and going to school. So I really feel like I'll get to develop a lot of personal development within myself. So that's pretty much what I enjoy about it. But when it comes to school, I have found out that I only have 5 more classes until I graduate from school. So I'll have my associate's degree eventually, which is what I'm really happy about. Now, this interpreting certificate has been a really hard thing for me to accomplish because these online interpreting certificates are very hard to come by. You have to do all of this document submission, proving that you can speak English, proving that you can speak Spanish, because Spanish is the language that I want to interpret for since I can speak it. And they want you to pay almost $1,000 for a package to take the test. And then it's just so much money that has to be spent on this program, and there's just so many things. And as far as me going up for SciTech West Campus, I'm just so tired of dealing with people not signing up for these classes. I'm calling the office, ain't nobody picking up, ain't nobody answering. and my money is in the system, in the loophole somewhere, some way. And I'm just tired of going back and forth about this school and the refunds and stuff and dealing with people not signing up. But unfortunately, for PsyTech is my only choice of getting the certificate because when I try to go to Catholic Charities, I can take the test, but when it comes to doing the training, it's very rigorous. It's very rigorous because the training just has such rigorous times and days to take it. And that's the thing that I hate about a lot of these programs is that in order for you to get certified, in order for you to get the certificate, they make it super hard for you to be certified, for you to be licensed, and for you to just get so much stuff. And then people have jobs and that they work. So this is like something that I've just been dealing with for a really long time. And this is one of the things that I regret because last year I was this close to passing. But due to me going through so much with Puerto Rican Poppy at that time, y'all know that story because y'all saw the story time for that. He just took me through a little bit of that time and it messed with my head and my studies. And I failed the test. And it was 2 points away. And if I would have passed this test, I would have been able to go on and do the training and get certified, and I wouldn't even be in this predicament. So, this is a battle that I've been fighting for a minute, and I just really want to win this battle because I got my makeup certification. I'm glad I got that, but I really want this interpreting certification because interpreting is like my baby. I've always wanted to be a Spanish interpreter. I have. Anybody who knows me knows that I have. I've been blessed enough to get interpreting opportunities along the way that I've partaken in. I've been blessed enough to have experiences of interpreting and having that experience in the medical field. Even though it's for a short while, I still got the experience. But I need this certification and I need it ASAP because I'm not willing to spend another year or another 2 years dealing with this program because now you got doctors and nurses learning Spanish, and pretty soon they're not going to need interpreters because they're going to speak so much Spanish and they'll probably go to school and get certified and whatnot. They're not going to even need interpreters anymore. And that's what I'm scared of. And that's why I just really want to break out into this interpreting realm and finally be in a career and finally do something that I love to do so that I can just get my name out there and get my face out there and finally be in a place where people can call on me. People are looking for me. I can come in a room and I can speak, where they need me in order to communicate with the patient. People want to feel needed in life, especially when they're doing jobs. So I hope you guys, pray for me, send your well wishes my way about this interpreting ordeal because this is a battle that I just really want to win. That I just really want to win because speaking Spanish, learning Spanish, Spanish culture and whatnot has been my life for a long time. And I just really want that, final hurrah of having a medical interpreting job. And if not medical, just an interpreting job with that certification that will make me the money that I want to make, that will get me where I need to go, and that will have me where I need to be had. And I could just go ahead and get it done. So, you guys, that's pretty much all I have to say on this note, but I do want to add something in. When it comes to the boyfriend scenario and everything that's been going on, it really has me thinking about what it is that I want. You guys know I practice candle magic, and my belief system is very mixed. I have Wicca influences, Santeria influences, and curanderismo influences as well, the way that I believe, and that's why I have this altar set up over here at my table. And I've pretty much been thinking about my petitions and my prayers and what it is that I'm looking for. And as I was with this guy and as I was praying, I noticed how the man that I was with in my prayers were the complete opposite. And I always feel like whenever you're praying for somebody and whenever you're petitioning for somebody, the person that you're with is not lining up with your petition, then that means they're not the person you need to be with. And some people are going to say, well, not necessarily. Maybe what you're praying for is not meant for you, and the person that you're with is for you. I don't think so because I'm a very spiritually in tune and inclined person. I know myself, I know my mind, I know my spirit, and I know how things are supposed to go. And I just feel like when it comes to the man situation, he just wasn't it because I've been in relationships before and I've had encounters with men before where I felt us click, where I felt us have something in common, and where I felt what we just locked and intertwined. But the thing, and I'm going to have to talk to a psychic about this because you guys know I believe in psychics. I don't believe that psychics are the devil. I believe that a lot of them have the gift of prophecy, but they just have a different way of using it. And so I know that I'm going to have to talk to a psychic eventually. Now, you guys know I go to a different psychic. I used to go to one in Greensboro, but she got on my nerves because I felt like she started lying because a lot of stuff she was saying started confusing me and just getting in my head in a bad way. But I started going to another psychic on Instagram, and she's really been helping me. But I feel like with her readings and her candle work that she's been doing, it's been more of counseling as opposed to reading. I'm thinking about trying the Mystic at the Crossroads, who has a YouTube channel here, or I'm thinking about contacting Hoodoo Sisters and having her do a reading for me. Beautiful Magic. I don't know if you follow any tarot card readers or people that practice candle magic or things like that here on YouTube. But the two main women I follow are like the three Hoodoo sisters, and it's the three Hoodoo sisters and Mystic at the Crossroads because I feel like their readings and their I feel like their readings and their magic is the most spot on and is the most accurate that I've seen so far. Because whenever Hoodoo Sisters does a reading on like celebrities and their situation, she is very spot on. And I think I need to do a reading from her because I feel like she'll be able to read me like no other and to read my situation because I'll admit I don't know everything. There is no way of me knowing everything. And I feel like sometimes you do need to go to people to get help. Excuse me, and to get insight on. And I feel like you just sometimes need to go to certain people to get insight on what it is that you're going through so you can see things a lot better and see things more clearly. Because by me going to the second psychic that I've been to, she's been able to really help me a lot because now I do love myself more often than I used to. I do have more faith and belief in myself than I used to. And now I'm able to see things a lot clearer, but I feel like I just need to see everything that's on the surface and not just little things and not just go through this whole thing of, oh, you need to love yourself and oh, you need to do this and oh, you need to do that. Because I hate how people put you on a journey to things in life and then all of a sudden, you're still searching and digging and finding for stuff that you're just not going to find and not going to look for. So I feel like that's what I'm going to do. But I hope you guys enjoyed this live. I hope you guys continue to tune into my YouTube channel and enjoy all the things that I have to say on my YouTube channel. And I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.